Hey guys, my name is Danny Garcia. This is my second year, second half of the second year of the master's program. I'm taking classes 7 and 8 this semester. I take 9 in the summer and 10 and 11 in the fall, so I should be graduating this fall. This is the sixth video that I'm making for this discussion post. I'm having a real hard time keeping all my thoughts strung together or not completely long-winded and ridiculous and rambling. But real quick about myself, I've been with the FES program in general since '05 when I finished I started the completion of my last 2 years undergrad. Also that year in January I got hired by Marion County Fire Rescue, which is where I work. Marion County is the county just below Alachua County, which is where UF is located. I'm a firefighter paramedic. I'm a lieutenant, which is an engine captain. I'm also a hazmat tech, so I'm on the hazmat team here with the county. I did all my schooling down south in Broward. I went to the Broward Fire Academy. I went to Broward Community College for EMT school, and I went to a private paramedic school called the EMS Academy. It's located in Plantation, Florida. I teach at the local community college, which up here in Marion County is College of Central Florida. Been there since '06. I teach the paramedic program and the EMT program. I'm married. I've been married for 8 years. I have 2 beautiful daughters. They essentially take up all of my free time when I'm not either at work or school. So those are my hobbies. My hobbies are breaking up fights about baby dolls, how much ice cream I should serve one, or I served one versus the other, and every aspect of fairness in childhood. Okay, so the discussion is to be centered on international disasters, how we feel about them personally within our career for the state of Florida and nationally. Personally, I believe that international disasters, or at least they appear to be on the surface to be happening more often and with more intensity, whether it's tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, typhoons over in the eastern part of the world. That in turn is being fueled, depending on where you land on the political spectrum, whether you believe this to be true or not, is fueled by global warming, by warming ocean temperatures, which also have a cascading effect when it comes to rising sea levels. Us in our lifetimes, if you're about the same age as me, which is 38, we should see, if scientists' predictions are correct, we should see the loss of the barrier islands down in the Florida Keys, i.e. the Florida Keys. We should be losing them to rising sea level, unless somehow or another the international community learns to figure out a way to mitigate sea level rise, sea level temperature rises, and an acidification of the oceans, which is a byproduct of the carbon that resettles after we burn fossil fuels, resettles in the oceans, acidifies them, we lose coral reefs. General doom and gloom stuff. So that is probably one of the most pressing issues for the international disaster community. I also believe that terrorism, and specifically jihadist Islamists, is also a pressing international disaster issue. I highlighted a couple articles from The Economist and also one from the New York Times, which I'll summarize. And this is where I was getting tied up in my last 6 attempts to record a video because I was getting too deep into the articles. But I'll just highlight them. They had to do with free speech and how the Charlie Hebdo shootings back in January of 2015 highlighted the idea of free speech and free expression and how important free speech and free expression is, even in light of Islamic idealist terrorists killing people for the sake of their expression of free speech. I.e., free speech is way more important. Free expression is of ultimate importance, even more so than what the regressive left has been doing in reference to the tolerance of Islamic extremism in defense of them because of their perceived minority status internationally. So 2 of the articles had to do with free speech, free expression, the importance of them even in light of murders as a response to them. And also I found an article from The Economist about the response to the Paris attacks, the nightclub attacks, and the overall international migrant issue that most Western countries are experiencing, which do also lead to potential terrorist attacks. If you've listened to any of the Republican debates this election cycle, you will agree that it's a hot topic, a hot button topic. Donald Trump has been harping on it pretty intensely. He wants to build a wall between Mexico and the United States to keep out undocumented migrants, which he believes, and rightfully, there might be some statistics to back this up, that some terrorists, some international terrorists, some jihadists, some Islamic terrorists are working their way through Mexico to the United States to create havoc here in this country in the name of Islam. So what I'm getting at in all of my rambling is, I think the two biggest international disaster issues currently are weather issues, are the climate issues, sea level rise, sea level warming, sea level acidification, intensity of storms, and that sort of thing, which is all a large, all-encompassing issue. And I also believe the international terrorist and migrant issue is something that needs to be addressed a little bit more forcefully through the international community. And of course, there's the cascading effects that we here in Florida and in the United States and in the disaster management community will face. So to everyone in this class, good luck. Hopefully everybody is doing well in the program, is going to be graduating soon. And I look forward to watching everybody's posts throughout the semester. Have a good one, guys.